Hello and welcome from Birmingham. Now, last time you were here, Centenary Square was a big building site. It's finished, and doesn't it look good, with HSBC on the other side of the square, then new headquarters, the tram there ready, and that will extend further along Broad Street and across the region in due course. And of course, the Symphony Hall itself is going through a transformation as well. So you get the idea of the investment that you would have seen had you come to Birmingham. And indeed, you'd have probably ridden up on the new tram. And so, the spirit from this city, although we've had an incredibly difficult 6 months and we're not through it yet, is still one of optimism. And of course, we're taking the Prime Minister's words around build, build, build very much to heart.
Yet of course Andy isn't just the Mayor of Birmingham, he's the Mayor of the West Midlands, and he's working with councillors and MPs like me for West Bromwich East on our agenda to level up our communities. So let's look at some of our shared progress across the region. Firstly, and most importantly, jobs. Let's be clear the work the government have done to protect jobs. Through the furlough scheme, action on business rates, bounce back loans and all the other measures that have saved countless jobs. Here's to Rishi, the toast of all the pubs, restaurants, hotels and bars here in West Bromwich East and throughout the West Midlands. Here, we are determined to play our part in securing the jobs of the future. That means championing our automotive industry, including the drive to electric vehicles and battery technology. With the support of our government, we've bought the National Battery Centre that will open later this year to the home of Britain's car industry. And we want it to be the pilot scheme for an electric battery gigafactory, bringing and securing thousands of jobs to our most important industry. We are backing the future of our city and town centres, with nearly £100 million to transform Coventry City Centre, a near £1 billion vision for Dudley's future, and a whole raft of commitments, from Kingshurst Village Centre in Solihull to my own in West Bromwich Town Centre. But we aren't just about cars. We're backing cutting-edge industries like life sciences, with investment in research and jobs here in Birmingham, using our national leadership in rolling out 5G technology to give us that cutting edge, investing in new transport technology like Very Light Rail, pioneered in the home of the Industrial Revolution, Dudley. We'll be the national leader in cleaning up brownfield sites and building new homes, with the National Brownfield Institute coming to Wolverhampton. And we're seeing critical investment in the skills of the future, like the new £30 million Dudley Institute of Technology, where we were pleased to welcome the Prime Minister for his Build, Build, Build speech. And we're investing in skills and training, including our innovative apprenticeship fund, which sees large regional business support smaller ones. It's already benefited over 1,000 apprentices and 300 small businesses. On transport, we're working to a plan that will transform access to and around our region. Yes, HS2 may be the headline grabber, and yes, it's a vital part of our future and jobs now. Thank you, Prime Minister, for your belief in our region and your decisive support for it. Yet we also have our own plan locally, a plan that's now well underway, rebuilding railway stations at Coventry and Wolverhampton, a commitment to reverse beaching and reopen stations across the region, including in Birmingham, Walsall, Wolverhampton and Coventry, and bringing new trains into service, built in Derby. Expansion of our metro network through Sandwell and into Dudley, new stops in Birmingham and Wolverhampton and plans to extend it out to Solihull. Plus working with National Express to keep bus fares frozen or cut, to roll out cleaner, better platinum buses and to bring electric buses across the region, with them already on routes in Birmingham, Coventry and Solihull. We're determined to provide thousands more homes for local people. Before this crisis, house building was up by 40% in just 2 years in our region. Critically, this huge growth was being delivered by our brownfield first approach, so building homes on sites that have been derelict or disused for years, like Port Loop in Birmingham, Steelhouse Lane in Wolverhampton or the former Caparo factory in Walsall. We're regenerating sites, building new communities and bringing people back to our town centres, at the same time easing constant pressure on our green belt and green spaces. How are we able to do this? With the support of hundreds of millions of pounds of government investment, topped up recently with another £84 million of brownfield funding from Robert Jenrick, to keep up the pace of building the homes we need in the communities that need them.
Plus, when addressing the housing challenge, let's also reflect on the progress being made on tackling homelessness through the government's Everyone In policy and our Housing First approach locally, which has already housed hundreds of the most vulnerable, most challenged rough sleepers in a home of their own.
So we're optimistic about our future. This year has brought pain and worry to most, but we know we can work hard to deliver the renewal of the West Midlands as Team West Midlands.
So I'm sorry you're not here this year, but in 2 years' time, we're looking forward to seeing you here again, and you can see then the progress that we will have made across the West Midlands.